Hey everyone, this is Zero Prime and welcome to another edition of Zero Review, a series in which I look back on the games I played and give you my thoughts and opinions on said games. And on today's episode I will be talking about a game that I played called Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, why exactly am I reviewing this game even though I haven't finished it? Well, technically speaking, by the time of this recording and uploading of this video, I have finished the Assassin's Creed Origins on the PlayStation 4 because the first one of this series was on my Xbox One. So, technically speaking, I got the game on the PlayStation 4 as a little care package for my friends since it was on sale, so I figured that, since I'm here until the end of the year, that might as well just finish it and be done with it, since it's been kind of on my to finish list for the longest time. And oh boy, and I thought that Assassin's Creed Syndicate was big and huge, but Assassin's Creed Origin, holy moly, that basically was a lot bigger map to explore. And basically, since I technically have played for the first part of it until the part where I stopped and finished the 2 DLCs for this, I could basically give like a good detailed opinion about the game. And basically the Assassin's Creed Origins, it's not that bad. And I really did enjoy it because basically, I always do kind of enjoy the fact that basically they can do a lot of research on a culture or whatnot and try to recreate that as, something that's, give us like a possible view of the ancient world. And I always find that a bit interesting because it gives us kind of a what-if view of what life would have been like at that time period. Because we do know some of the major facts of history and everything, but the one thing we don't really know, and that's kind of like the real nugget of knowledge, I would say, is basically the everyday life of the individual. Like, especially like in ancient Egypt during the time period of, Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. What more do we know about, the everyday life, like the people that live, or the everyday life, how they, manage to thrive and everything. And even though this is complete works of fiction, obviously, but basically that's why I always enjoy Assassin's Creed, because basically it kind of gives us a possible view of the history that we only know through the books, but not the real history itself, which has forever eluded us in everything. Of course, I highly doubt that there's actually an ancient civilization for the first period and made mankind and everything. I highly doubt that, but, who knows really. But in any case, not to bring up any conspiracy theories and all that stuff on this channel, but in any case though, Assassin's Creed Origins is definitely fun, although I do find it funny that they say this is the origins of Assassin's Creed, but then before that was Odyssey, which eventually I'll get to it at some point, you just have to wait and see. But in any case though, Origins is basically how the Assassin's Creed Order was founded by 2 people, Bayek and Aya. And basically we go through their journey as they, hunt down the Ancient Order, which is basically the ancient version of the Templar Order and everything. And basically you find some evidence of the first civilization and everything else, and also find a new character protagonist that we play, the Lila. And basically, of course, what's always interesting about Assassin's Creed that, you really don't pay attention to what's going on in modern times, you're more interested in what's going on during the historical point of that time, which is always the interesting part about that. And basically with the 2 DLCs, I kind of solidified to kind of add more to the story, especially after the main game, because it set place during the time of Cleopatra and Julius Caesar, and if you know your history at that point, we all know how that ends up, basically. Although it is kind of interesting that basically turns out that Aya is one of the famous assassins that was mentioned in the Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed 2 statue under the Ezio's home, under the home and everything. So it's kind of interesting that they kind of, start to tie in some loose ends, that we do see some of the characters that the Assassin Order has, you know, revealed and everything. Which is always interesting to do that. Because it's basically they're tying in all the stories from all the Assassin's Creed titles together. Although I would have to say that the main problem I would have with this game is that it is too freaking long. Because especially you have to travel through all of Egypt, then the 2 DLC areas just to finish the side missions and find the locations and everything. That when you see on my Zero Revisit series of this game, when that comes up, you will kind of notice at the end of it, there were 2 like main side missions left and everything. But at that point, I was like, I'm done. I finished it. You know, I got the whole stuff done. If I want to do like a refit, you know, finish this up at a later point, I will. But for now, I am done because it was really, really, really long. And it's definitely one of those games that was definitely good to play during the lockdown and everything. Because basically it's just some game that you just play for hours and everything and just explore, do the side missions and everything. It will definitely kill a lot of time. But you're gonna have to have a lot of mental endurance to go through all that, because eventually you'll start to feel that like, oh god, why am I doing this to myself? But in the end, I finished it, you know, and finally put that away for good. So I would say that it's definitely a good game. You know, of course, a lot of people complain that the Assassin's Creed titles have lost the writing and everything. Yeah, it's kind of true, but that's kind of a big problem when you're trying to incorporate the whole history of humanity and add a story to that. Especially with changing of characters from the first Assassin's Creed game to like up to now. It's always going to be a little bit tricky trying to keep the writing fresh and everything. That some people, once again, will either like it or they won't. But in any case, when you get a chance to play this, give it a try and, as usual, have fun with it. In any case, that's all the time I have for this episode, guys. So as usual, thank you for watching, and make sure you leave a comment below, subscribe and review your update, share us on your Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and all other social medias. And don't forget to hit the like button to help out the channel, and to turn on the notification bells to stay up to date on my channel. And if you guys want to help me out in some shape or form, I do have a Patreon account down below. And as usual, guys, thank you for watching, and have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.